Hey, A-OK Knives. Zipline. Yeah, it's chilly out this morning. So I'm bundled up. Plus, I'm kind of getting ready. My thing is going to be like, oh yeah, A-OK Knives. I'm going to be like the Mr. Rogers of the knife world. Kill Stick. Mr. Rogers' nickname was Kill Stick back in the day. Yeah, you've heard the rumors about Mr. Rogers. He was a bad dude. Nobody knew this. I mean, like, the rumors that he had tattoos underneath his sweater. It's true. They tried to prove it wrong, but that was all CGA, computer generated animation. Yeah. Let me get myself situated. Yeah. Mr. Rogers. I'm the Mr. Rogers of knives coming at you live. I'm gonna have a little Mr. Rogers music, and I'm gonna take off not my sweater. I'm gonna take off my flannel or my work coat, and then I'll take off my knit cap, and I'll put on my ball cap. Today I got my Kaloa surf camo hat. I thought it'd go well with my shirt. And then I had my beanie with the little bill. Yeah, this is my hippie beanie. I gotta work on it. The bill's a little flat. This isn't cool. This is okay to go a little flat. It's not okay to go flat on your beanie with the bill. Yeah. Yeah, so until I get my BB gun, I'm shooting that thing. Yeah, so I'm basically just saying good morning. I don't have anything to talk about other than knives and Mr. Rogers and what else? What else I got to talk about? As you can see, I'm getting my merchandise in. Knife Life. Had a video before that. I gotta work the bugs out. See, I gotta send this off to my girl Jennifer Atella. She's a girl I went to high school with. She's like a year or two younger than me, and we became friends a long time ago. And she's a really, really, really cool person, and she's a graphic artist. And she lives with her family, her husband, and her kids in Pittsburgh. Yeah. So she helped design my woodworking light designer logo. I drew up the Wood's Edge. I don't have anything with Wood's Edge for the first time. Maybe I do. No. You've seen it. Wood's Edge logos. She's really good. She's done a bunch of stuff for me in that sense. So I'm waiting on her to get rid of the border on this, because it's, that's not cool. I mean, it's better than the other one. The other one was too big and it was crazy looking. Yeah, so I'm waiting on, I think, a couple knives that are going to be coming from coming for the under $15, 14 under 15, 14 under 15. Sounds like human trafficking. Yeah, no, I'm not a human trafficker. I'm a knife reviewer, woodworker, good old boy. I don't do anything stupid like that. I mean, I do stupid stuff, trust me, but like, no, 14 under $15. Okay, knives. Right now, my favorite knife in this under $70 range has by far been the Civivi Sikoki. Yeah, there's a close second, third. I'm gonna say the close second could probably be the Vosteed Raccoon. And this knife is really, really cool. Button drop, really nice fall. But this Civivi Sakoki is raw. Beautifully raw. I mean, really, it's just front flip, thumb studs. Yeah, I guess today I'm just going to talk about the knives I have right now that I really, really love. You know, like these are, I mean, in the $60 range. In the $60 range right now, guys, you are going to find some of the most, probably, I think, what may end up being iconic knives. We may be in the precipice of literally having the best knives at hand for the best price in 2023. I think knife companies, knife manufacturers, knife retailers, knife enthusiasts have all organically come together in this core of goodness going on in the knife world. And if you are participating in this, little thing right now, let's call it like a knife revolution is occurring right now under our feet. We have younger males and females that are learning principles and appreciating qualities of knives and knife materials that they've never done before. You know, I think we're getting like maybe even millennials. Some of the millennials that aren't scared of their shadow are actually saying, yeah, you know, I should probably carry a pocket knife. And yeah, they make really dirt cheap pocket knives. You know, let's see. But even the dirt cheap pocket knives are $12, guys. $12. Thumb stud, one thumb stud. Beautiful wood handles. There's the name. Harita. I think, you know, it's just, we're getting this stuff now. You know, and I think this is 7CR or 8CR 13 MOV steel. Okay, that's not incredible steel, but it's steel, and it's gonna hold an edge for a little while, and you can practice sharpening your blade on a less expensive knife, so that when you did come to say this is the Civivi Hadros, you know, you'll know how to get that blade sharp without compromising the blade. You'll get the right angle, you get the right, you know, on that sucker. So I think there's people out there, once they get this in their hand for $12, they just might want this for in the 20s to low 30s. Civivi Hadros with the Warncliffe. I really like the Warncliffe blade, I tell everybody. But then there's just raw dudes out there that are they're really smart with their money, and they take, I don't want to say they don't take knives serious, but the knife does not define them at all, and they just need a bushcrafter. They just need something that's going to let them do the basics that they need with a knife. So this is the Joker. There you go. And it's got a collar lock. You know, very thin, sharp steel. I think this is 440C on this. And this is super, super slicey, and you sharpen it on a rock. You know, and it's got this little safety collar that locks up the blade, keep you from chopping your fingers off. But I'll still probably come close to doing that. And then it folds right down into this little chunk of wood. So you have that. You know, you have your bush crafters that are, hey, this is light, this is easy, it locks away, it won't open in my pocket, it won't close on my hand, and it'll cut the little pieces of wood for kindling to start their little fire. It'll skin a rabbit or a squirrel that they catch to eat if they're really out there living in the bushcraft world, you know? So there's that. Then there's, you know, there's just so many angles. You know, you see, like, hey, Rich, I see that there's a lot of button lock knives going out in the market. Which one should I get? And I don't want to spend a lot of money. I don't want to go over 50 bucks. Well, then you're going to want a Sencut. Sencut Saxy, Sencut Chiral, the Sencut Crowley, the Sencut Bronte, the Sencut, God, Sencut. Find the button lock. It's under 50 bucks. You can open it with the button lock, close it with the button lock. Open it with the flipper, close it with the button lock. Open it with a thumb stud, close it with the button lock. Maybe open it with a reverse flick, close it with the button lock. Very slick. Good materials. This won't be the best micarta until I start getting grease on it and dirt, and it gets that patina. Micarta will get a real cool patina based on your hand and your usage, and it'll then become like your knife. Like that's your fingerprint. Everybody thinks your fingerprint's a little pieces of skin there that do a little snowflake pattern that nobody else has. Yeah, whatever. Your fingerprint's going to be the dirt on your micarta. Definitely get a Sencut. Now, Sencut is a Civivi Wii manufacturer, so they fall under there. It's whatever. Now I'm looking up here and I see a $9 knife. Now this knife right here, the Camillus Chivalrous. Now if I recall, this blade is like a 440C or like a 7CR. Really great choil here for your finger. So these little arches in a knife it's called a choil. So you have a choil, and you can use the choil to choke up on your knife and get a good grip. And see how like my thumb went straight for this jimping, and my finger went right in the choil. Now I'm in there, and now you have a really good grip to get serious with your knife. Okay? Now, a lot of times too, people forget that this choil also is so that you can sharpen your knife with your stone and have a clean getaway. You know, you're not hitting this. So this right here is going to be your plunge grind. It's like the shoulder of the knife, and it's your plunge grind. So you want your plunge grind, which is where you can see the thickness of the stock goes down into the grind. That's your plunge grind. You don't want to sharpen up into that plunge grind. You can, but you don't want to. So this one has like FRN handles, like plastic. I don't love them, but I don't hate them. On this knife, I really don't hate them. This is a really good look like the belt, the pocket clip has a knife cut out in the clip. So they just even like said, hey, this is, I mean, it's got look at the hardware in there. It's flat. This is a $9 knife on sale, maybe $12 if you bought it online. But it flicks open. Guys, this knife right here, I think the only issue you may have with this knife will be like blade material, depending on your job. Look, I just reverse flicked it off the blade. That's good action on a cheap knife. That's crazy action. So you got that. Then you want to graduate up. You got Sativian. Sativian's a Chinese manufacturer, and they got this axis lock right here. You know, the bar lock or whatever. Thumb studs. Look at the drop. Drop and suck. You heard that here. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Drop and suck. Drop, suck. Get your head out of the gutter. Alright, so you can flip it open with the axis lock, close it. Flip it with the thumb, close it. Flip it with the reverse flick. Let's see if I can do that. Good detent. There, reverse flick. Yep. Sativian. Really affordable. Really affordable. Good knives. Sativian. Okay, so Sativian, they got a lot of different, and their model codes are like ST. So this is a cool one. This is my retro Sativian. It's got the retro stripes on it. I love it. And those stripes actually are also inset into the grip, so it's almost like for your fingers to just fall right in. This knife is solid. I don't like the jade, so I might do something about that. Might dye them. But I don't want to lose the red and the yellow because I dig that. I'm like a retro guy. I'm 70s all the way. I was born 1970, skateboarding, cool stuff, modern mid-century furniture design. Love it. I would kill for an original Eames Plycraft chair. And if you know what I'm talking about, you want one too. Because this guy, I think his name is Edward Eames or something, and he would take plywood and curve it and finish it beautifully and then put leather seats and cushions, you know, just beautiful leather, and it would have like a very industrial look with the stand. And now I'm just talking about the footrest, not even the chair. And then the chair, and it just hugs you, like hugs your body with this rounded plywood. I want one really bad. They make knockoffs. I might get a knockoff. I might get a knockoff just to put in the studio, because I have like one that has like a upholstery that's not, it's just like a pop off cheap chair thing that I bought one time, but it's similar. So now I'm gonna have to get one and put it in the studio, and I'm gonna sit in that sucker, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, do my knife reviews in my chair, my feet kicked up, go, yeah, that's a knife, and then I'm just gonna go to sleep, and I'll set my YouTube channel on a timer so it just goes off. And then it'll, when it's time to make another video, I'll still be in my chair. And alarm. I don't know what kind of alarm now. No. Whatever kind of alarm sound that's annoying goes off. Lights, siren kind of thing in the studio. And I'm going to wake up in my chair and the video is going to come on. The light's going to come on. It's going to be like a torture chamber. It's going to be the video knife review torture chamber. Yes. Sativian. Yeah, so this... great knife. Ganzo. Now, Ganzo was my first knife I fell in love with from China. And it was an automatic Firebird. Orange handle. Nice, such a nice blade. It was a clip point blade. Really slow, nice opening. I like the slow opening a lot on automatic. I really do. I don't, that's cool as shit too, but the slow opening is kind of like, I'm here to knife fight, and I'm going to take my time cutting you up. That's how I feel about it. This knife right here, really good action. Ganzo is such a good knife to get on a budget when you want some good, decent quality. This has got D2 steel, G10 scales, axis lock, you know, really good action, fairly fidget friendly. This knife right here, so that orange automatic Ganzo, I gave to one of my good old buddies, Bobby Casbury. I think I got his last name right. You just call him Sicky. He's the founder of the Chosen Souls bike club out of Long Island that I used to ride with. Still ride with him. But Sicky's the bad dog. He's the boy. He's the man. Known him for over a decade. Handed him that knife, and I don't know if he knew how important that knife was to me. That was my first taste of budget auto knife world quality goodness. And $100 says he doesn't even have that in his pocket. He's like, fuck this knife. I just said the F word, sorry. He's like, screw this knife. But now, tables turn, Bobby. If you're watching this, I bet you're digging in your junk drawer right now. Shuffling through your drawer. Right now, you got the video going on. Because I know you watch, Bobby. You're a knife fighter, too. And you're shuffling through that drawer because you forgot about that auto I gave you. Yeah. You forgot. And then you're going to dig it up. You're going to schedule yourself a knife fight. Not with me. Because your ass ain't coming to Indiana from New York City. Not this week. If you did, I got a Ganzo here for your ass, Bobby. And I'm going to cut you up. I'll cut you up good. Cut you up nicely. Just, paper cuts. Look at me. I'm working a ballad song here. It's just an axis lock Ganzo. Don't be scared, kids. Yeah, Bobby. Bring your ass to Indiana. I got something for you. I got you a A-OK Kill Stick t-shirt, Bobby. But you got to come pick it up with your hands. And we're going to put some blood on that. I can't even open the knife because that would have been good. If I said we're going to put some blood on that and then gave it one of those, I'm going to have to edit that out. Yeah, so if you're in Long Island, check out the Sick Moon Cafe. I think that's still open. Sicky's Bar. And then there's a clubhouse for the motorcycle guys. I think that's invite only, kids. Bad stuff goes on there. They shut that door and the CSMC gets down to business. You don't know what goes on behind that door, man. You don't know. And you're like thinking, oh, it's a bike club, Rich. They're doing drugs. They're drinking whiskey. Yeah, they're drinking whiskey. I don't think they're I don't think so on the drugs. Because a lot of them are law enforcement. Because I'm not now, but like a lot of ex-military, firemen, law enforcement kind of group. Now, we weren't LEMC, we were MC. But they're like the bad dudes of the law enforcement world. And I don't mean bad in a good way. But they got attitudes. Yeah, I've talked too long. I do that a lot these days. I gotta stop. We're on 23 minutes right now. I'm looking at the timer right there. Beep, beep, beep. And it's saying, hey, Lilith. There's my shop cat. We're gonna put shop cat on. Oh, we're gonna put you on TV, girl. So this is Lilith. This is my girl. Hey, look at the camera. She's a killer. She's Killer Bee. I call her Killer Bee, the serial killer. There ain't a mouse in the house. Ooh, shirt's riding up on my arm. Yeah, so this was a little bit of just talking about stupid stuff. A little bit of serious talk on knives for some of my youngsters out there that are really saying, hey, this Ace on Knives guy, he's making me want to get a knife. Just message me. Message me and we'll talk about a knife. One more real quick, Tactical Gears. I'm really liking this brand. This knife right here is just really solid, compound grind. Yeah, message me and we'll get you a knife. That's gonna be my thing, is I'm gonna help people figure out what kind of knife they should have on their hip. I'm gonna be the go-to. Yeah. So like if you're like a fancy guy, we're gonna put a fancy knife on your hip. If you're a hard-working dude, we're gonna put a rough knife on your hip. If you're just like a hipster, kind of cool dude, and you just want something fresh, we're gonna put a knife on your hip. A-OK Knives, knife outfitting. Hey, I'm gonna take off. Zip line out. Deuces.